order. Thank you for joining us. Thank you to the members of the public who are also in attendance. And I am going to begin, we're going to begin with the pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, may I have a motion to approve the minutes of the November 22nd, please?
I'll make that motion.
Okay, motion made by trustee Raymond. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by trustee Baskin. Any comments? Any?
Yes, there was some material left out of section 12, Board of Trustee response. I did send the corrections to Terry, but they didn't make it into the minutes. I can read, which was taken, from the recording, the parts. One was, it was after where trustee Cormos agreed that the intersection referred to by Mr. Dubuque is under state control. The next section is about the study. Trustee Cormos explained the design of the study was applied for, not done in 2019. And the reason that some of the neighborhoods were not included was a budget issue. I'd like to add, we wanted to concentrate where most of the activity is. Many of the recommendations can be applied all over the village. Then next, trustee Cormos stated that unfortunately in 2019, there were no planning grants available for water infrastructure, and there was not a budget to pay for a planning study. Now we have the funds to be able to move forward with those issues. And then it follows with trustee Raymond noting we will be moving forward with a feasibility study on the water towers.
Okay, so let me see. So I have, do you want those added to the minutes? Is that the idea, Liz? Or
Yep.
Okay.
Because I directly responded to comments made in the public session.
Okay, will you make a motion to that effect, that what you had read should be added?
Yes, I'd make that motion.
May I have a second to that?
I'll second.
Okay, seconded by trustee Baskin, so the motion is approved. All right, I have some mayor announcements. First of all, I would very much, we had a wonderful parade, Christmas parade on Friday evening, December 3rd. It was very well attended. It was had some great floats. A lot of people seem to have a very good time. The weather held
Christine?
out for us. Pardon?
I hate to interrupt, Christine.
Yeah.
But did we didn't do all A's around for
Oh.
the amendment.
Okay, I'm sorry. I
No.
apologize. Okay, so may I have, all right, so trustee Baskin, may I have a vote, please? All in favor, say aye.
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 Anyone opposed? Thank you, Sean. Okay.
Mhm.
About the parade, so I also want to, it was presented by the Ballston Spa Business and Professional Association, but I also want to thank a number of village departments, the police, and in particular, the EMS folks, and the fire departments who were in charge of a lot of the traffic flow. But I also wanted to give a special thanks to the Department of Public Works, who amid setting up all of the Christmas activities and decorations, also dealt with a serious water main break at on Bath and West High Street, which took them an entire day and part of an evening and into the night to take care of. But they just, kept at it, and they didn't ruin Christmas, that's for sure. They were certainly got it all done. So very much thank you to everybody, but in particular to the Department of Public Works. been asked to remind people that your meter cards the meter cards have gone out for the water system, and they need to be returned by December 31st. If you are physically unable to read your own water meter, please contact the village clerk and, in writing, and or call and make a request that somebody will make arrangements to have somebody come out and read your meter. The last round, the last round of brush and leaf pickup is ongoing right now, and maybe Trustee Raymond will have more about that during his presentation at the end. I want to remind people about a couple of winter things. I mean, besides the good things about the parade, I'd like to remind people about the requirement to remove snow that you have. If we have a storm that ends during daylight hours, you have 8 hours to clean your walkways. And if it ends at night, you have, if you have until the next day. If it snows overnight, you have until noon of the day after it ceases snowing to the snowing at night to clear your walkway. You are required to do the boundaries, all of the boundaries of your property, and you are also required to do the entire width of your sidewalk. This is in village code. It is being enforced. If we receive a report that walkways and driveways are not cleared, we will post a notice. You will have 24 hours in which to clear your walkways. And if it is not, the Department of Public Works will clear it for you and will charge you 4 times the cost of the fact that of whatever it is, it costs the village or the Department of Public Works to clear it. And you will be charged it'll be charged and attached to your taxes. So I really ask for your cooperation. As somebody who pretty much walks everywhere, I very much appreciate when people clear their walkways, as I know others do. Another thing is to remind people that there are a lot of deliveries coming to front porches and whatever. Please, if you're getting deliveries, Amazon, UPS, all of those boxes coming to you, make sure you get them off your porch as soon as possible. Don't be leaving, you don't want to have a Christmas sorrow because something gets removed from people's porches. Okay, rickets, we're getting a little closer. They've now arranged when we have a takedown of a property such as rickets, there's a lot that's involved. There have to be monitors appointed. That is an ongoing process. It looks like we are still on schedule to have that building taken down in January or February. I'm happy to say that we began work we had our first meeting, our operational meeting for the records management program. You may recall that we got a grant for $116,000 to clean out from the state archives to clean out our records, and also to have them set up a system where we are totally in accordance with the archives, with the rules regarding the maintaining of vital records. And we had our first meeting. That is going to be, you'll hear more about that in the months to come, but that is going to be ongoing. And we were very pleased to get this started. Okay, the last thing I have to say is that there will be only one meeting in the month of December, and that is this evening. There will be no other meeting of the village board this month. Okay, and with that, I will turn it over to the treasurer for the treasurer's report.
Okay, so I just wanted to reiterate, turning in your meter cards for this month. As Mayor Fitzpatrick just stated, it will need to come to us by the 31st, which is in fact a holiday, and the office will be closed that day. Furthermore, so if for some reason you have not received your meter card in the mail, there might be a chance that it is coming, but better to call us ahead of time to discuss any further options on turning that reading into us. The next thing I do want to talk about is the audit. We were scheduled to be wrapped up late last week, but unfortunately the audit firm had COVID exposure, so they had to reschedule for this week. Once that is complete, the reports will be dispersed to the board. And that is all I have.
All right, then we are going to move on to new business, okay? And may I have a motion that the attached budget transfers be approved?
I'll make that motion.
Okay, may I have a second for that motion?
I'll second.
Second by trustee Raymond. Do I have any questions? Any comments? Okay, all in favor? Say aye.
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 Okay, motion carries. I would like a motion that Play Hollow be granted permission to hold a children's holiday event in Wiswall Park the weekend of December 18th. Events will include caroling and live music. Proof of insurance has been provided. May I have a motion, please?
I'll make
I'll
the
make that
motion.
motion.
Up. I think Ben got there first. Ben, you'll
Okay.
make, okay?
Okay, yes, I'll
May I
make the
have a
motion.
second?
On.
Liz, thank you.
I'll second it.
Second it. Okay. All in favor? Say aye. Aye. Okay, the motion carries. Okay. May I have a motion that Jessica Clemens be appointed as a member of the Ballston Spa Fire Department and Eagle Mat Lee Fire Company #1?
I'll make that motion.
All right, motion made by trustee Raymond. May I have a second?
I'll second it.
Second by trustee Cormos. All in favor, say aye.
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 Okay, the motion carries. May I have a motion to approve an electronic funds transfer to the New York State Local Retirement System in the amount of $134,176 and $124,681 to the Police and Fire Retirement System. These are the annual invoices A 9015.8, A 9010.8, G 8010.8, and L 9010.8.
I'll make the motion.
Motion made by trustee Baskin. May I have a second, please?
I'll second.
Second by trustee Raymond. Okay, do I have any comments, questions? Okay, all in favor, say aye, please.
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay. May I have a motion that Carrie Chapman, Monique Cohen, Matthew Erkeline, Marilyn Stephenson, and Jacqueline Pelicata be appointed to the Comprehensive Plan Committee?
I'll make that motion.
Motion made by trustee Cormos. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Motion made by trustee Baskin. Any comments, any questions?
I think
Great.
it's great to see so many people interested.
Yeah, it's great.
It's great. It is great. Yes, and we're very, very appreciative. Okay. And all in favor, say aye.
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 All right, motion carries. All right, may I have a motion to approve the Ballston Spa Fire Department's application for an assistance to firefighter grant through the Department of Homeland Security and the Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA.
I'll make that motion.
Motion made by trustee Raymond. May I have a second?
I'll second that.
Seconded by trustee Cormos. Any comments or? Okay. All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion carries. Motion to approve the contract with Bartlett, Pontiff, Stewart and Rhodes, PC as attorneys for the village for the period 12/13/21 through 12/12/22 at a cost of $3,500 per month, $42,000 per year. May I have that motion, please?
I'll make the motion.
Motion made by trustee Baskin. May I have a second, please?
I'll second it.
Second by trustee Cormos. Any questions?
Just like to say that this firm, we have Ms. Bittner here this evening for the first time. Welcome. This firm has, and Ms. Bittner has tremendous experience, and we're very happy to have her join our efforts. So thank you for doing that at what we think is a very reasonable cost.
All right. Anyone else? All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries. Thank you. May I have a motion to approve the collective bargaining agreement between the Village of Ballston Spa and Teamsters Local 294, excuse me, oh goodness. Teamsters Local 294 for the period of 6/1/21 through 5/31/24. May I have a motion, please?
I will make that motion.
Motion by trustee Shaw. May I have a second, please?
I'll second.
Second by trustee Baskin. Any other comments or questions? Okay, I'm going to say a couple of things because I was involved in this. That's okay. I just want, and this is for the benefit, certainly the board knows this, but this is also for the benefit of the public. This was a process that we began in May of 2021. It has taken a while. We always, whenever you go into collective bargaining, you're always balancing the fact that you want to do right by your employees. They are really what makes the village go. But you also want to contain the costs that you can, certainly in the future. We had a couple of goals when we went into this as a board and as a village government. We wanted to be able to build the department. We wanted to treat our employees fairly, and we also wanted to control some of the costs, particularly in the area of health insurance in the out years. We were able to do that. We came to agreement. We have raised the base salaries of everybody entering. Anybody hired as of 6/1/21, that will when they're coming into the DPW, that will allow us to become more competitive. That was a major goal, and we achieved it. We also we get the raise that the members of the department will receive is effective 6/1/21, and it is 2.5 in the first year, 2.5 in the second year, 2.5 in the third year. The other thing that we did was we have a concern, as do all municipalities, about our cost for health insurance in the out years. We have $300,000 a year in our health insurance costs that are for our retirees. And we are very, we stand by them. We want to be able to provide the coverage. We have not changed anything for anybody who is out there who has already retired, but we have been looking, we've looked for to have some contribution for some of the people who are going to retire in the future, and we did achieve that. So for some of the folks, what's going to happen now is they are going to, in retirement, they're going to pay whatever contribution. This is for people retiring 6/1 or after. They're going to be paying in retirement the same amount of contribution that they paid when they were an active employee. And that should help us, how should we say, get control of this. We want to keep this nut, if you will, this $300,000 amount as much under control as we possibly can, because it is 62% of our healthcare costs in general. The other thing I have to say is I want to thank the Teamsters Local 294 and our own Department of Public Works. I did collective bargaining for a long time. It can become contentious. Our local 294, our DPW they stood their ground. They bargained, fairly. They were in no sense, they were very, they really, they stuck to their guns, which you would expect in any collective bargaining situation, but they also they were able to make, and we were able to come to an agreement for which I am grateful. The other thing I have to say is in a lot of collective bargaining that I have gone through, there's a lot of hostility that comes towards the employer. For whatever reason, I've been cursed at. I know people who've had things thrown at them. It can get very contentious. It was never as strong and firm as our own folks were. There was none of that hostility towards the village, towards the employer. They have a real concern for the residents, and they were in all cases. It was a very, how shall I say, civil discussion at all times, for which I am very grateful. Okay, so that being said, and that summary, may I have all in favor of this motion? May please say aye.
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 Okay, motion carries.
Aye.
Okay, may I have a motion to approve the contract with Marabito Power and Gas to provide natural gas services to the village in 2022?
I'll make that motion.
Motion by trustee Baskin. May I have a second, please?
I'll second that.
Seconded by trustee Cormos. Any questions, comments? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
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 Okay, motion carries. Motion to approve the contract with Davy Resources Group for the tree management portion of the Urban Forestry and Inventory Management Plan grant. Cost of services to be paid through the grant. Okay, may I have a motion, please?
I'll make that motion.
Motion by trustee Cormos. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Second, okay, and I understand, may I have, there might be a comment, there is
Kristopher Williams, if you could let him,
Kristopher Williams, if you could open his mic, please.
a member of the parking board.
He's a member of the Park and Tree Board, thank you.
Oops, not Christine.
Not Christine Williams, no,
Kristopher with a K.
Christopher with a K. There he is,
There we go.
okay.
Hello, everyone. This is Chris Williams from the Cornell Cooperative Extension. You can hear me, correct?
We can, yes, thank you.
Yeah, I've been working with Liz and the rest of the tree board and park board with the town, and I've read several several management plans for other towns, including the village of Ballston Spa. And I've been actively engaged with helping with the request for proposals, selecting the project. And I have a fairly decent understanding of what's inside of these tree inventories and management plans. And I just want everybody to know that, with the funds that we received from the DEC and the Urban and Community Forestry grant, our dollars could only go so far, which is more than adequate for our town, or the village, sorry. The village, doesn't have a tremendous amount of trees. That's something to consider. We're not like a Clifton Park or a Saratoga spa where they have like 6, 7, 8,000, 10,000 trees. So when we're selecting our management plan and the components of the management plan, it's something to consider. And we did. And basically we looked at taking, we had 4 options. There's others, but we took the options that were best suited for the needs of the village. And 2 of the components are basically the management plan basic, which outlines all of the trees that might be of hazards or soon to be of hazard, trees that could use pruning, some type of pruning schedule, and then trees that are in good condition. And that's really the most important component, is knowing the hazard trees and where your trees stand so you can actively manage them in the future. The second layer of the management plan is a planting plan. It's for those vacant sites, and how to tackle about planting trees and kind of restoring the urban forestry in the village, which is also kind of the most 2 critical components. And then what we were left with the dollar amounts was one component could either be the sidewalk infrastructure plan, or the other one was more about like stormwater preparedness and how you can use trees to plant to help absorb infiltration and moderate those things. And when we discussed all the different options, we decided to go with the sidewalk infrastructure part of the management plan because it best suits the needs of the village. And some of these other components, when you're getting down to the nitty gritty, they're just general recommendations. And so I think we get more value out of the sidewalk infrastructure plan. So we basically went with the management plan basic, the planning site plan, and then the infrastructure plan. And I think they're all going to benefit the village. Sorry, I keep doing that. The village in the long run. So if anybody has any questions, I didn't know what my time allotment was here, but I think the village is making a really good decision with this process, and it will help with any other future grants. So if anybody had any 1 or 2 questions, I'm right here. If not, I'm good.
Okay.
People can direct questions to parkandtree@villageofballstonspa.org, and the Park and Tree Board will respond to your questions.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Williams.
No, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So I'm going to read this again. To approve the contract with Davy Resources Group for the tree management portion of the Urban Forestry and Inventory Management Plan grant, cost of services to be paid for through the grant. And we had a motion by Trustee Cormos, and it was seconded by Trustee Baskin, correct?
I think so.
Yes. Okay. All in favor, say aye.
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 Okay, the motion carries. All right. May I have a motion to approve a 5,000 community arts grant application for the Ballston Spa Committee on the Arts? The project is entitled Reflecting the Spirit of Ballston Spa Interactive Community Mural. The grantor will be Saratoga Arts. May I have a motion, please?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Trustee Baskin. May I have a second, please?
I'll second that.
Second by Trustee Cormos. Okay, any questions, comments?
I have one. Is there any matching funds that are required from the village?
No, no, no. This is a $5,000 grant, and there won't be matching funds from the village. No.
I just want to say I think this is an exciting project, and I look forward to seeing it happen. And based on the grant narrative, it looks like they're going to be inviting community members to help participate. And so people can look for that invitation and be part of this effort. I think, I don't know if they picked the artist yet, but the artist fee is quite reasonable. And I think it's really going to look great in downtown Village. So I'm happy it's happening.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
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 Okay. Motion carries. All right, may I have a motion that the fire chief be authorized to expend the estimated amount of $5,505.50 for cancer insurance? This is A 3410.4.6.
I'll make that motion.
I'll make them, thank you. Motion made by trustee Cormos. May I have a second, please?
Second.
Second by trustee Raymond. Any questions? Okay. All in favor, say aye.
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 Okay, motion carries. Okay, the next item is the trustee liaison reports.
I guess I can start.
Okay, Sean.
As the mayor said, that we're trying to wrap that up. I did see the vac truck out, trying to get the last bit of leaf piles and some of the more remote streets. So I'm hoping that we're close to being wrapped up with any of that. I don't know if we have another round up in the northern end of town, in Colonial Hills area, but we should be pretty close to done. And switching our attention to snow and ice, and getting trucks ready, plows on, and ready for eventually when that snow does arrive. And that's about all I have.
Okay. And this is the last round, as I understand, and that they're doing, and there is, you can look at the schedule. It's updated daily. It's on the website under the Department of Public Works. And snow and ice preparation obviously is very underway. We just bought a whole bunch of salt, apparently, or the other day, or had a requisition for it. So, okay, any other trustee liaison reports?
Ben, you can go ahead.
Just want to remind people that that it would the Ballston Spa Business Professional Association encourages everyone to continue to shop local this holiday season and support our small businesses. The Saratoga County Chamber of Commerce has something called Save Our Locals 2021 campaign. It continues through December 31st. If you shop at any Saratoga County business or service and enter to win a weekly gift certificate giveaway through the chamber website, saratoga.org. So when we do shop at our local businesses, we support local people and the money stays in the community. So it really multiplies the economy to a much greater extent than shopping in a big box, and you can find things you won't find anywhere else. So definitely a great thing to do. You've already talked about the successful parade. I'll just add the senior center had their elections. They have a new president, Marge Bayer, Vice President Linda Elmer, who was the president, and their last meeting is December 16th at the VFW, and it's the last meeting of the year. That's all.
Okay, Liz?
Got two things. The pedestrian and bicycle master plan study advisory committee will be having its last meeting tomorrow at 4 p.m. The log on is should be on the web if people wish to attend. And then the study will be wrapped up and a final report produced. So that grant will be finished. The second thing is more something for the future. Folks may have recently seen the announcement of the round 5 winners of the $10 million downtown revitalization initiative grant, which included, some of the winners included the village of Tannersville, about 900 people, Newark, the village of Newark, and recently we've heard about the city of Gloversville. Each of those communities will be receiving $10 million, no match, to put into their downtown, their infrastructure, buildings, etc. It's been one of my goals since I was elected trustee to have Ballston Spa go after this grant. I believe with the work that we've completed in the last 2.5 years, the economic development survey, which I initiated after being elected in 2019, the pedestrian and bicycle master plan, which should be completed shortly, the urban forestry and inventory and management plan, which you just heard about, will be wrapping up early this year. The comprehensive plan that's currently underway, the water infrastructure studies underway, and the recently completed income survey, that we are now in position to apply for this competitive grant in round 6 due July 2022. We may not win. The first time we applied, Tannersville applied 3 times before they won the 10 million. Gloversville actually applied 5 times since the beginning of the program. But we won't win if we don't enter this race. Imagine what $10 million would do for this village. I'm committing my time to research this grant and report back in January to the board about how we can proceed to apply for this money. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Formos. Okay, I do not have anything under other business. So with that,
I could add one thing.
yes, Trustee.
Just as of today, Governor Hochul's new directive that businesses require either masks or proof of vaccination. So people should be aware of that. COVID rates are really increasing. And with the holiday season, people indoors, people gathering in parties, it's a very real risk. So I urge everybody to be safe and use a mask, get vaccinated, and enjoy yourselves safely.
Thank you. Okay, with that, I will open the floor to public comment.
And just like previously, I'll set a 3-minute timer, which will begin after the name and address has been stated. And I'll just give a little hands up once the 30 seconds remaining is approached. I will allow Frank Rossi to speak.
Hi, Frank Rossi Jr., 63 Saratoga Avenue, Apartment B, Ballston Spa, 12020. On November 9, 2021, I sent a letter to the clerk and to get to all the trustees and the mayor that encompassed a FOIL request as well. And the request was pretty direct for communications between or among Christine Fitzpatrick, Elizabeth Cormos, Sean Raymond, Benjamin Baskin, Benjamin Walter, and Keith Lewis. The time frame of this request is for communications from October 25th, 2021 through the date of this letter, which was November 9th, 2021. FOIL law requires that a date time frame be provided within 5 days, and I did get an acknowledgement from the clerk, as I normally do, that it was received. And the first thing I heard back was December 2nd, 2021 from the mayor. Dear Mr. Rossi, please be advised that due to the potential volume and breadth of your request dated November 9, 2021, the village is still reviewing the requested documents. First off, what is the potential volume and breadth if you are actually reviewing the documents? Either you know the breadth or you don't, Mayor. That sounds disingenuous and honestly not forthright. as a response. Second, as permitted, or further, as permitted by the public officers law and interpretive case law, no case law was noted here. The village is hereby advising that by January 7th, 2022, it will provide a determination as to whether your request will be granted or denied, and if granted, the cost of reproduction. Mayor, this is not in compliance with public officers law. There is no interpretive case law you're providing for me to analyze. And as such, your what I would call request here to take another month is denied. You're in contravention. Furthermore, the 3 trustees have not responded. This was supposed to come from the clerk via the trustees. The agency is run technically by the clerk for this type of request. So the only person that's responded is the mayor. The reason why these documents are requested is to see what happened during the transition transparently after Mayor Wilbright left, based on some comments made in the meeting that followed that by all of you. And we have a right to see those documents. I don't know what's holding it up, but again, it sounds disingenuous. And if this is supposedly the final verdict on this whole thing, that I'm going to get documents well outside that time frame, then I'm appealing officially right now to the higher authority, which is the mayor, and you have 10 days to provide a response. Thank you.
Okay, I will allow Heather Longacker to speak. Heather, you're muted.
Now can you hear me?
Yes.
Sorry. I'm at 10 Washington Street. I am speaking on behalf of the Committee on the Arts. I want to thank the board for approval of our grant and just take a quick opportunity to give the community a little bit more information briefly. The grant is reflecting the spirit of Ballston Spa. It's a community mural project. We intend to commission a local artist with mural experience. They will create a design that the board and the owner of the Stone Properties Group, as well as Augie's, who owns the mural in between Wiswell Park and Augie's, as well as the Committee on the Arts, will approve the design plan. Then the artist in charge will help design and sketch the mural so community members can participate in that phase of the project. And then once the mural is unveiled, the intention is to provide intentional opportunities for visitors and community members to photograph themselves within the mural. So it provides an interactive experience for them, and a second layer of art, which would be the photograph created by the viewer, who now would be an emerging artist. We intend to have the theme reflect the history of the springs in Ballston Spa at this point. And we're really excited about it. We think it'll be a great addition to the downtown. So thank you very much. If anybody in the community has any questions or concerns, they can reach us at arts@villageofballstonspa.org.
Okay, I currently do not have any hands up. Oh, now we're getting a few more. Okay, I will allow Ray Otten to speak.
Good evening. Can everybody hear me okay?
Yes, we can.
Okay. First, thank you for the shout out to the EMS and fire departments about the parade. There is a lot of work that goes into that. And
Ray, could you just state your name and address, please?
Oh, I'm sorry. Ray Otten, 16 Middlebrook Avenue, Ballston Spa. The Business Association puts in a huge amount of work to get that all together, and I want to thank them. The other part that wasn't mentioned was the Toys for Tots part. We've been collecting toys on that parade for a number of years now, And we also had a great success with that this year. And I want to encourage folks, each year to bring presents, unwrapped presents for the kids for the Toys for Tots program. Today was our last day that we were collecting at community for Toys for Tots. All the toys will be delivered as of tomorrow. And again, I want to thank the folks in the community. We had a huge outpouring again this year with drop-offs at our station and in a few other locations that we had helped set up. Secondly, not speaking for the Rotary, but as a Rotary member, I want to thank all the folks that supported us in buying a tree down at Curtis Lumber from the Rotary. We were unfortunate in that we ordered 750 trees this year. We only got about 170. So the funding that we normally have to take care of projects around the community is going to be much less this year. The folks from the Chamber of Commerce have set up a system where you can donate the price of a tree to us so we can continue our work as we've been doing for years and years and years. Whatever we can collect, we will, and we'll have a lot of good projects and still succeed in what we want to do. But anybody that can help, we are looking to maybe have you go to the Chamber of Commerce website and help us out. Lastly, I noticed that we still don't have another trustee on the board here, and I don't know what the process is for replacement of a trustee. But I would suggest that possibly we look towards what the voters looked at last year when they, earlier this year, and maybe solicit some of the folks that were in the election this year and got a lot of votes from the citizens. Just a thought. Thank you. Have a great day.
Okay, and I have a hand from Bob Bush.
Hi, Bob Bush, 71 Church Ave. I have a few questions I want to ask you. At the last meeting, you guys went into executive session for a legal matter. I was just curious how and why you were able to do that without a lawyer present to advise you. That's question number one. Another question I have is, where do we stand with the needed water tower repairs? And has there been any kind of brainstorming or movement forward for the DPW building? Also, I was wondering, why can't we have any kind of discussion, public comments? And why is it rather you guys have the board, that is the last word, and there's no kind of response from the public? Thank you, and that's all.
Okay, and I will allow who I'm presuming to be drawing a blank, will allow you to talk.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Gina Morosi, 10 Old Glory Lane, Ballston Spa, representing Mohegan Hill Apartments. Last night at approximately 12:45, there was a fire in the village. It was on South Street. It was thank God, turned out to be a drier fire, but it extended into the wall and caused damage. Our volunteer fire department responded immediately and made an excellent stop. And it just boggles my mind that none of this is ever recognized at these meetings. This is the second structure fire we've had in as many months, and it's never brought up by the board members. It's you never congratulate your fire department for the fabulous job that they do. So I guess I'll have to do it. They did one hell of a job. I was there, I was watching it. The number of people that responded to a home that probably they don't even know who owns it and risked everything to save that home, the property, and anybody inside was amazing. So I personally would like to thank our fire department for everything that they do for our community. Thank you.
Okay, there are no hands up. I guess if you wanted to continue on.
Okay. No further hands? Okay.
No.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much. And we have public comments. Do we have, and the next is the board response. Do we have any members who want to respond to the public comment?
I didn't write down everything that Mr. Bush, but one of the things was the status on the water tower. We have a RFP in development to send out to firms to do a water feasibility study, which is the first step to addressing the water tower. Because there are a number of options that have been suggested, and we don't want to, do one option without looking at what the others are that might be more cost effective or better, for the delivery of water. There's no, from what I understand, there's no immediate need to, repair the water tower. It's Mayor, I'll let you fill in on that, more, or Sean, but there's no immediate crisis or anything.
No, right.
With our water
Yeah.
system is fine.
Mm.
Does need to be addressed.
I can add to that, and that, there has to be some sort of study, try to look at different alternatives, and obviously that's going to take some time. We are trying to get it in within a window so that we can apply for the grant application that Trustee Cormos discussed earlier. And also, I think Mr. Bush also mentioned something about the DPW and the status of that. I would say, since the potential property that we would be able to relocate DPW on, that option fell through. The next steps there are finding another location, which we have started the process of trying to find a location with a suitable acreage and obviously appropriate zoning if possible to build a new facility. So we are moving forward on that, but again, first things first, we need to find a place to put it.
And with all of these projects, the only thing I will say is that when we have a milestone, we are working on these things all the time. And when we have a milestone, we will certainly keep people informed. Okay, anybody else? Okay, with that, I am going to wish everybody a healthy, a good holiday season and a happy new year. We will see you in the new year. And but what I also have to do is I need a motion. I need a motion that the vouchers number 22-00622 to 22-01209 be audited and the meeting adjourned. May I have a motion, please?
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Trustee Raymond. May I have a second, please?
I'll second that.
Second by Trustee Cormos. All in favor? Say aye.
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 All right, motion is carried and the meeting is adjourned. I thank you all very much for your attention. Thank you. Have a good holiday.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays, everyone.
Happy
Thank you,
holidays.
Julia. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.